What is up, RC enthusiasts? Check it out. We have the D42 right here. And as you can see right here, you get your little thank you note for buying from WPL directly, and you get your little bonus stickers right here from WPL. So let's go ahead and let's check out what's under this truck. So check it out. If you look underneath, we have a pretty similar D12 body style or chassis style. And as you can tell right here, they have a pretty cool added feature right here. Instead of having that spare tire right there, now you actually have a lock back here. And I like the way it pushes out this way, so you know you left it unlocked if it's not in the right position. And there's your included battery right there, 600 mAh, 7.4 lithium ion. So yeah, let's dive deeper into this guy. And let's take this guy apart and let's see the inner workings of this guy. You have 6 screws. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this whole chassis will come off, and all you gotta do is pull on this tab right here to remove the front end. Oh, and there you go. Chassis popped off from the body. So I'm going to unplug this port right here. This is just for the headlights right here on the body. And I'm just going to unplug that so we can separate them completely. So as you can tell right here, the layout's pretty similar. ESC receiver combo, I'm not sure if it's the same. But you still have your 3-wire servo right here. Your motor to your rear drive shaft to your rear wheel drive system. And the front right here is just a wishbone style. And this top mount, I believe, has been shortened or changed. This top A arm right here, or control arm. Lower looks the same. Steering angle seems to be a little bit more on this one. So it looks like we have a drifter out the box with this guy. All we gotta do is put some tape on the tires, some electric tape. So I removed these 4 screws right here. And that's gonna expose this section. You can see the bottom right here of our servo connection, our arms and everything. That's pretty cool. And that spring right there you see underneath the motor, that's part of that, you know, torsion spring style front suspension. And I always fail to mention that yes, this is on leaf spring suspension right here. And these are the newer WPL spring steel right here. That's a lot more durable than their old stuff that they used to have under B36s and B14s. This tray seems to be an open tray now too for the battery, so that's pretty cool. A lot more room for bigger batteries in there. Or maybe like a 3-cell. And in here, which is pretty standard for WPLs now, you have metal ring and metal pinion gears. Now I'm taking the 2 screws on here off to expose this part right here. And that's just part of the gearbox assembly. That's the shaft goes to the rear right there. So I unscrewed these 2 screws right here so I can get this gearbox out, and I also unplugged it from the board right there. And since I have the board unscrewed from here right now, I can flip it over, show you what it looks like. That's what the board looks like on this side. You have one power switch right there, and when it goes back to the battery, and you have other lights on here too, other ports. I'm not sure what those other ports are for, maybe lights or something. Alright, so I disconnected that drive shaft right there by loosening that screw and then pulling it off and taking that washer with it as well, so I can see what's inside here. So I already unscrewed those 2 screws right there. So let's pop this open. And there you go. Plastic gears inside the gearbox. But they look pretty beefy, and they should be pretty good. You do have a metal pinion gear though on the motor. I removed this servo horn right here to reveal a slightly different looking servo output shaft right there. It looks thicker, so I don't know. This looks like a different servo. As you can tell right here, they have a different WPL sticker on this. So yeah, it could be an upgraded servo or updated servo, but we'll see how it performs. Here you go, show you guys steering slider, how it works. This is the steering system of the WPL. As you can tell in here, you have ball bearings, inner and outer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this support right here an update? Because I don't remember this support. Let me know in the comments if this is actually part of the D12 as well. I'm actually not remembering it. So that's the chassis right there. Let's go ahead and touch up on inside this body right here, so I can also get to the interior and put those stickers in there. One thing I forgot to mention, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the hardware's a little bit better hardware now. Look at those, they look pretty good. So we have these screws right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there, and that should remove this bottom piece right here. Now after pulling that off, I see right here it's attached with 4 screws up here, so I'm going to remove that, and I think this 2-piece body will come off. Well, alright, check it out right here. You got little tabs right here. Be very gentle when taking this back half apart from the front half right here, because it's going to be tabbed into those spots right there, and it's hard to break these loose. So just be gentle. You don't want to break these tabs and make this thing not fit properly again. So here's the front half right here. There's the lights. And check this out real quick. Look how cool this is. Do you see that right there? There's a railing that goes through here for wiring. So that keeps your wiring pretty clean. If you want to put lights on that spot right there, and that's for both sides. As you can tell right here, the dash comes off right here. It's just a snap fit onto the rest of the interior, and that's a push fit onto there right there for the steering wheel. And here's the snap fits right here on the bottom for the shifter and the 2 front seats. And here's the front half, mud guards at the bottom half of the truck. There's the other half. The 2 seats just press on to that piece. So these 2 seats press onto that piece right there. And here's the back half, and there's like a little square that comes off back here, so I'm guessing they might make an accessory or something that goes up there. And here's that piece that covers that spot up there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And also on the rear right here, you have those same wire guides to keep it nice and clean when you're putting your lighting on here, because they got 3 buckets back here for lights. So that right there, guys, is pretty sweet. And there's the whole teardown of the D42. All right, let's turn this guy on. Power switch at the bottom. Light starts blinking. 2 batteries for the transmitter, 2 double AC not included. Turn this on. And once you hit the steering, the lights will stop blinking. Let you know that it's connected, but you will know because the steering will work. And as you can tell, it's full proportional. Well, here you go. You got your steering rate and your throttle rate. I'm going to hit this throttle rate right here while holding down the throttle to show you guys the difference in RPM. There you go. That's the difference in RPM in the throttle rates. And now on the steering rate, I'm fully turned locked to the right there. And I'm going to hit the steering rate. You can tell it lessened it right there. More steering, less steering. More steering, less steering. Well, there you go. There's your throttle rate and steering rate. And at the very top one right there, that's your steering trim right there. Just in case your truck veers to the left or the right, you could actually trim it out right there. And that's the only options this transmitter has right here. Well, there you guys go. The WPL D42 with a cool looking minivan or micro van. It's called a Kei truck as well, or a Kei van, because it's part of that smaller class in Japan where they have these lower ranked cars with smaller engines, so they're more affordable and easier for a majority of people to get into them. So that's what these are really. And this one right here is something that was imported to China, and I guess they imported it through a different brand, which this is licensed through, and they turned it into a bunch of taxis over there. So this is something that will be very, very familiar to anyone that lived over there back in the day when these things were driving them around everywhere. So alright guys, I received this one pretty late today and I was just excited to make a video, so I'll just put this out today and I'll make a running video of this, guys, so look out for that video next. And as always, guys, always be safe out there, have fun, and go run that RC.